I'm North Hempstead Town Supervisor Jen DeSena, and this is Kelley Brooke, the operator of Harbor Links Golf Course, and she is putting the polish on this gem. There's so much to do here, even if you don't love golf, if you're not as good as Kelley, who is a former LPGA professional, there's so much you can do here at Harbor Links. Kelley, can you tell us some of what you're up to?
So the first thing that we did when we got here was we renovated the entire building. We created a great event tent, which is much more upscale than it's ever been. We renovated the ballroom and we built a new bar and grill, which we call the pouring room. So that's for adult entertainment. As far as kids entertainment, we renovated the mini golf that, as you know, had been down since one of the hurricanes. We built at the lower course a beer garden and grill that we're calling Four Decisions. And at the main championship course, we're in the middle of adding a nice driving range that's going to have technology, it's going to have a roof, it's going to have deep seating, TVs, technology that for serious golfers that measures all of your parameters, but also for non-serious golfers where they can have contests and they can play games.
And they have heat in them for the winter?
They'll have heat. They don't have them right now, but by the time the fall comes around, they'll have heat. We're also building for the fall a performance center. So we're going to have 4 or 5 simulators indoors. We're going to have this giant screen, almost the size of a movie theater, where multiple players can hit into it. We're going to have TPI instructors to help you with your mobility, your strength, and a bar and grill. Of course, you need a bar and grill.
Yes. So it's really going to be open the whole year round?
Whole year round, and it's never been open here year round.
No, it's never been open here, and it's going to be open late.
Late. So the driving range currently is open until 11 p.m.
Wow.
It was never open past dark. We really, as I said earlier, we really want this to be an entertainment venue, a destination spot where families, serious golfers, non-serious golfers, brides, baptisms, everyone can come and enjoy.
Right, you've got 2 new bridal suites inside. And that is really amazing, is that North Hempstead residents are going to have so much more use at this place. You'll be able to have much more fun here. Bring your friends and family, and not only the more use, but that means more revenue as well.
Absolutely.
And that's revenue for the operator and revenue for the town, because we have a wonderful new agreement now. The town will make $18 million over 20 years. That means money that we're not taking from you in the form of taxes. So really, I mean, there's so much good coming from this renovation, this agreement, so much more fun and more use.
Absolutely.
So we've been out here for a few hours and didn't have a big breakfast. What can we do now to get some food?
Well, we're trying very hard to make this golf course a technology-driven venue. So instead of having that old-fashioned beer cart driving around, what we've done is we've implemented 5 new robots for the upper course and 2 robots for the lower course. So what happens is you're in your golf cart, there's a QR code, you scan it, it brings up an app. You go into the app and you put in your information, your cart number, and you choose whatever you want to eat. It's a full menu, by the way.
Wow,
so
hot food, cold food?
Everything that we serve inside, you can get outside now. So remember, with beer carts back in the day, it was a bag of chips.
Or some chips.
Exactly.
Right.
So now you can order anything you want. The robot then gets packed up and it gets sent out and it finds you on the golf course.
Wow. Oh boy, we worked up an appetite. What do we have?
We have muffins, we have Gatorade.
And it'll find us anywhere we are. We didn't even have to wait for it.
It's all geo-tracked. So basically what happens is you put your order in through your phone. We've mapped out the entire venue, really, even down to Four Decisions, the beer garden, and you put your order in and it finds your phone.
Can you order from the whole lunch menu?
We can order anything that's on that menu.
Hot food, cold food, dessert.
We had some ladies ordered chef salads the other day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Hard to eat on the golf course, but they made it work.
So what's new in the pro shop?
Well, we changed the whole look of the pro shop. This pro shop had plaid carpet, the walls were yellow, so we brightened it up with white walls. We put nice hardwood flooring down, 8-inch hardwood flooring, and changed the whole look of it. We put throw rugs down. But in addition to that, this pro shop used to have, mainly Adidas in it. It had just brand names you could get at Macy's, let's say. So we decided that we wanted to have brands that you couldn't really get in a big department store. So we have Travis Matthew, we have Ralph Lauren, EP for women, That's another thing we did. This pro shop really never had a women's section, so we put a women's section in. So we really are trying to have something here for everyone.
So Kelley, tell us about your new logo.
Well, remember there was a crane. That was the old logo for many years because at the beginning this was a nature preserve when and it's Audubon signatured. But we decided to bring back the history of Port Washington. Remember, Port Washington, this whole entire land was a big sand mine. It built the Empire State Building and the Chrysler Building. So we wanted to pay homage to the history, and so we created a sand. We actually took this from the monument that's down the street.
Right over the park over there.
Yep, and we replaced the shovel with a golf club.
Yeah, of course.
So it's our new mascot. We call him the Sand Miner.
And pays tribute to the people who, our grandparents and great-grandparents who lived in Port and worked in the sand mines.
Absolutely. I found these pictures, all these individual pictures in the basement when we moved in.
Oh, wow.
And these depict what the place used to look like when it was a sand mine, but also as the renovation went on. And we framed them all and turned this into a little bit of an art gallery.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This print here is from a local woman in Port Washington. She had drawn this many, many years ago. Her name is Barbara Fishman, and she donated it to Harbor Links.
This is a sand mine in operation.
Yep.
Amazing.
So when we moved in, this room was a really different color, and it had plaid carpeting. It looked like it was from the 1980s. So we ripped it apart. We put a new chandelier in, wood flooring, a fireplace,
lighter
colors, and we partnered with the Port Washington Art Guild, and they donated 4 very large pieces. Here's one over the fireplace.
Beautiful.
Yeah. The artist is Marcel Kazakis, and I think it's just beautiful because it brings out the blues. You know, we're near the water, and the walls are faint blue. So every 6 months or so, the Port Washington Art Guild is going to switch out the paintings for us.
That's a wonderful collaboration.
All right, so this is our new pouring room. This, was the theme with everything, it had plaid carpet. It had very dark, almost olive walls. We took down the old chandeliers, we brightened it up with the lighter walls, we put the flooring in once again, and we put all the tables and chairs out on the patio. The patio wasn't really being used.
Wow.
So now it is our bar and grill, and it's called the pouring room. Now we have free coffee for anybody who comes here at any point in the day. And I'll tell you, some of the people from the buildings come over here just for a cup of coffee.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, but the golfers can come in, they get a free cup of coffee, they go hit balls on the range, they go tee off, they come in for lunch now. This was never really used. And then after lunch, we give them free chocolate chip cookies.
Very nice.
Yeah. We are in the tent. This is a 4,000 square foot tent. When we came into this place in January, the floor here was like an outdoor paver, you know, that you'd see in your backyard. The tent was falling apart. We took the tent down, we ripped up the pavers, and we put this beautiful indoor-outdoor tile floor in. We hung 3 beautiful chandeliers, and this has become a favorite for our parties. Our events, whether it's a baptism, a shower, a wedding, this is what they fall in love with.
Yeah, it's wonderful to have a cocktail hour out here and then go inside to sit.
Yep.
And you've almost doubled the space.
We've absolutely doubled it. I think this tent is about as big as the ballroom is.
Is this staying up in the winter?
It is. We're going to double side it. We have heaters that we pump into here. And it's, you know, it's kind of a 3-season room. I wouldn't want to be out here in a snowstorm.
Right.
But it could stay open a good 3 seasons.
So Kelley, what is the space that we're in right now?
Well, this used to be where we used to park carts. But what we did was we transformed this into a very cool beer garden called Poor Decisions. That bar over there is actually a trailer. I took that trailer, had it outfitted with refrigeration on the inside. We put the taps, all the kegs are sitting on the other side in that trailer, and then we can pull the taps on this side. And then on weekends, we're going to have bands. So every Saturday, we're going to have bands maybe from 5 to 9, something like that. So people can come, they can go play mini golf, they can play 9 holes at the lower course, and then they can come and have a hamburger and a couple beers.
And what kind of food can you get here?
You can get anything from a veggie burger to a hamburger to a hot dog. We have salads, we have chicken fingers for the kids, we have a full menu of ice cream. So really, there's something for everybody.
And you're gonna have birthday parties here?
We have birthday parties either here, we can have adult birthday parties or kids' birthday parties. In the mini golf, which we'll show you next,
Okay.
we have pergolas, so you can rent a pergola and you can go play golf with your party. You could rent the entire golf course, the mini golf course. You could rent this entire beer garden. Again, we're trying to make Harbor Links a destination spot where there are all these different pockets of entertainment going on and you have a lot to choose from.
So we're here in the miniature golf course. This has been closed for 8 years and people have been wanting to be back out here with their families. You managed to reopen this in 2 months.
Yep. So basically the carpet was kind of in disrepair. So we ripped up 18 holes of carpet. We scraped off the glue. We put new carpet down. We filled up the ponds. We got it done really in record time. The birthday pergolas were in bad shape. We painted those. We put new tops on them, new chairs, new tables. We really just gave it a huge facelift. A lot of paint. Paint goes a long way.
Yes.
And now hundreds of families come out here every single weekend to enjoy this. So I'm so happy it's back.
It looks great. We have a lot of trees for shade and the pergolas are very big. You have a lot of seating over there.
We do. Yeah, we can seat 30 kids under those pergolas.
Wonderful.
So we can have multiple birthday parties going at the same time. Or someone can just rent the entire mini golf course if they wanted to.
All right, I watched your video. I know that there's something about the distance you go back.
Yeah, so 1 inch for every foot. So you have 3 feet there, so 3 inches back.
Oh, power.
That was a lot of power.
That was a lot of power. There you go. One of us is a PGA pro and one is not. So we've seen a lot of the Harbor Links place, and this is the executive course, now known as the lower. Tell us a little bit about this.
Well, you know, because we're trying to make this more of a destination spot, we wanted to label every single venue within this whole entire huge complex. So this was always just known as the executive course. We wanted it to have its own identity, its own special name, its own logo, and so we're calling it the lower.
And we see a lot of young people out here golfing, which I think is very good for the sport. And obviously you have a love for the sport. It's been your life.
It is, and as a golf instructor, I'm still a golf instructor first and foremost. My job is to grow the game. So all of these changes that we've made, the technology, the robots, renaming the lower, adding the beer garden, it's to encourage and to attract a younger crowd. And we've seen a huge change. I mean, this used to be, especially this course was kind of the, you know, the retired guys course that come out and they'd walk. Now on weekends, I would say the average age is probably 28 right now. So it's really getting exciting.
And people are coming out from the city too. You can take the train to Port Washington and come over here.
I'm going to say on weekends, probably most people that play here are not town of North Hempstead residents. I think the residents play a lot. I'm not saying it's not all, but a lot of the clientele is coming from the city or from you know, other parts of Long Island. This place has already, in the first 4 months I've been here, gotten a different reputation. There's a new life, there's a new energy, and it's just, the enthusiasm is just off the charts.
Well, thank you so much for your vision, your energy, and your creativity, and for getting it done.